the monthly time frame is actually for you to use to identify the overall direction of the market. Okay, I'm going to try and put screenshots here as much as possible. So what you want to do is the very first thing you do when you open a chart is you want to go on the monthly time frame and identify the direction. The monthly time frame is the Google Maps of Forex. Okay, that's the first thing. So the idea is you want to use the monthly to identify the overall direction, and then you come on a weekly. Now, don't forget, let's just say hypothetically, like I just thinking this word right there. Hypothetically, the monthly is bearish. So let's take a pair. What pair is bearish at the moment? AUD USD is bearish. I'm gonna jump on it soon and make some money, some really good money. So the monthly time frame is telling me that AUD USD is bearish. So already I'm gonna note it down that AUD USD is bearish. I will not be looking for buy anywhere anytime soon. Already the monthly is, this is in further maths, because I used to do math in high school. It was called the almighty formula, right? So the monthly time frame is what your Google Maps in that direction is the way you want to go. Okay, so once you're done with the monthly time frame, you then want to scale to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame is where you come and actually plot your key levels. Okay, so on the weekly time frame is actually where you want to plot what they call major areas of support and resistance. Okay, don't plot them on the 1 hour, not a 5 minute, not a 10 minute. Why? Because those lower time frames, their support and resistance levels actually don't hold that much water. That's why you see you plot certain levels on the 30 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour time frame, and then when a major news event comes out, it just blows right through it because it's not concrete enough. But if a level can hold on a time frame like a weekly and a monthly time frame, that means many weeks of price action have actually taken place for that level to be solid. So best believe it is a solid, it's not just a level that happened between Monday and Wednesday, right? It's a level that took weeks, months to become solid. So best believe it is a major level. Now guys, monthly overall direction. Weekly, you want to identify your key levels and if there are any potential chart patterns that are forming. So what do I mean by this? Simple. So on the weekly time frame, you really want to be looking out for stuff like if there are any head and shoulders, if there are any double bottoms, if there are any, because at the end of the day, think about it. On the monthly time frame, we identify the overall direction. You want your weekly time frame to kind of like give you a chart pattern that is also telling the market to come down in the overall direction as the monthly time frame. So what we're looking out for here is confluence. Okay, guys, once again, there's only so much I can share with you guys. Ideally, I would advise you guys to go ahead and grab the Forex Mastery program, because on there is where I actually explain this in detail. But like I said, I would explain to you guys as much as I can. The link is going to be down here below on the Forex Mastery program. I literally combine all these time frames. Okay, I do the analysis on the time frames, and then on the lower time frames, I teach you guys how to execute the trades. This way, you're right 9 out of 10 times. So it's more like a confluence thing. So once again, the link is going to be around here somewhere. If you understand any chance of becoming successful in this game, I advise you grab it. But enough of that. The link is here or around here. But enough of that. Let's jump into this. So we were on the weekly time frame, right? So the weekly time frame also has to line up with the monthly time frame as well. I'm getting somewhere with this. Now the daily time frame, this is what you do on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame is exactly where you want to come and identify the most immediate trend within the overall trend. So what the hell does that mean? Forex Mastery students, don't kill me for this, but here it goes. Here it goes, right? So on the daily time frame, this is what you should be looking out for. So if the monthly time frame like AUD is pointing downwards, right, and the weekly time frame, we've plotted our key levels. On the daily time frame, what you want to really do is because on the monthly time frame we don't have trading opportunities. On the weekly time frame, it's just massive candles. But the daily time frame is where we now come and start to see the waves, the oscillation. So it is within these waves we can now start looking for what trading opportunities. So ideally, the monthly should point downwards, the weekly should point downwards, the daily should also be pointing downwards in that same direction as well. Now, once you have all three lined up, now guys, monthly are for analysis, not for trading, weekly for analysis, the daily also for analysis. Then you want, at this point now, you're like, okay, cool. This thing has told me what I need, right? It's like it's going down. So this way you can then scale to your 4-hour time frame and your 1-hour time frame. And what do? You should only be looking out for one thing: selling opportunities. Why? Because the overall time frame has given you the direction. This way you're not conflicted on if the 30 minutes is saying buy or sell, or if the 1 hour is telling you buy. Like, you don't, the monthly is the almighty guy in this game, right? If it says south, we're going south. The week, now there's also a common question, like what if the daily, the monthly and the weekly are saying south, but the daily is saying, obviously, is trending to the upside. So what tends to happen is, there are very rare cases when that happens, but what is usually happening is, it's very possible that the overall trend is south. So you can say the overall bias for this market is bearish, but temporarily we're bullish. So what do you do at that point? You ideally want to wait for the daily to also line up with the overall time, with the bigger time frame, which is the weekly and the monthly. This way, you now know that, aha, we're ready to go. Then you scale to a 4-hour. Ideally, I like to execute my trades on a 4-hour and a 1-hour time frame. Anything lower than a 1-hour time frame, guys, is pure gambling. That's the truth, because anything lower than 1-hour time frame, you're subject to what they call market manipulations. More market manipulations because think about it, this is where the algorithms trade. This is where the day traders that work in the big banks. So freaking people who went to like Oxford University, studied chemistry, studied physics, math. These guys are way smarter than you. They have more information about the market. And you have market makers that are driving up prices up and down the whole place. And you know, you really cannot compete over time. Okay, you might hit 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 winning trades, but that's why you find out that overall you're losing money, because you cannot beat them consistently on a day-to-day basis. And if you're trading those smaller time frames, most probably you're going to be a day trader, right? So ideally, I like to execute my trades on time frames whereby I know that it is, you know, it's almost impossible for the market makers to manipulate it. Time frames that I know, for example, the 4-hour and 1-hour time frames that I know that once a candle forms, time frames that I know that if the 4-hour, I'll give you an example. If the 4-hour time frame tells me, yo, DAPS, it's like I have fulfilled your entry criteria. Once again, for those of you guys who want to know how I enter, you know, my entry strategy, my exit strategy, you know, how I use the 4-hour and the 1 hour, how I use everything to trade. Once again, the link to the Forex Mastery Program is going to be down here, or my team always puts a link around here. I'm sorry, I just cannot give away all the information, but I will try my best, like I said earlier, right? So if a 4-hour time frame, for example, tells me it fulfills my entry criteria, and I see a candlestick, a 4-hour candlestick close that tells me, yo, DAPS, I've closed, I've fulfilled your criteria, I will feel a lot more confident jumping into that trade. Why? Because good luck trying to manipulate a 4-hour candle. It's difficult. That guy gives you more concrete information than the 30-minute, the 5-minute, or the 1-minute candlestick would ever give you. Those guys, okay, the big banks, whoever manipulates the game, they toy with the lowest time frames, right? So ideally, like I said, you want to start from the monthly. I'm going to quickly recap this so I can let you guys go. Just wanted to make this as brief as possible. Okay, so we start from the monthly. Overall direction is what we use the monthly for, okay? South. Weekly, key levels. Okay, now your key levels, once again, there's a module on the Forex Mastery Program called Module 4. I talk about how to plot your key levels. You don't need any indicators to plot any key levels. Yes, all you need to do is look left. Is a systematic way to go about it once again, right? So once you watch the video, okay, once you get the program, you watch the video and you look left, you plot those, you see those key levels, right? You find out that those key levels, the market always respects the key levels, right? Because they are plotted on a high time frame. Don't get me wrong, you can have levels on your 4-hour, on your 1 hour, but they're called temporary levels. We use a different color to outline these. So we have the major levels and the minor levels, right? So don't forget monthly overall direction, weekly key levels. Those key levels will guide you so that you know where the market is most likely going to find support and where the market is most likely going to find resistance. And I bet you, I can guarantee you that 99.9% of the time, if you plot those key levels properly. Why am I holding my bank card? I was about to buy. Oh, I need to stop showing my bank card out. I was literally on Gucci. I was about to buy some new fits. Anyways, so I can guarantee you that 99.9% of the time, if you plot your key levels properly on a weekly time frame, the market will always respect it. So because the monthly can be telling us sell, right? The monthly can be telling us it's coming down. But those weekly key levels are there to guide you so that you know we're gonna go down into where do I exit? Where's the next bus stop? The weekly time frame tells you the various bus stops as this market is going down or is going up. And trust me, when it gets to this level, the market does respect them. So we're done with monthly. Now we're done with weekly. And also on the weekly time frame, there's also something I like to look out for. I'm just trying to quickly recap this. If there are any chart patterns. So ideally, I'll give you an example. Let's say the monthly is flowing down. Now, the weekly time frame, ideally, I would like to see, so monthly is flowing down, meaning that the whole game is bearish, coming down. Ideally, I would also like to see a bearish chart pattern form on a weekly time frame, like a head and shoulder. So a head and shoulder meaning that it's time for the market to start coming down, right? If you're new to this, to the Forex game and all that, you might need to learn these terminologies because, to be honest, your ability to make money in Forex depends on how much knowledge you have. And luckily for you guys, in the first module of the Forex Mastery Program, it is literally an introductory into Forex before it starts getting advanced. When I say advanced, it gets really, really, really advanced, right? So I would like to see a head and shoulder pattern form, meaning bearish chart pattern. So monthly is down. I want to see a bearish chart pattern forming, also saying down as well. Obviously, monthly also weekly also has my key levels. The daily, I need it to be flowing down as well. Once everything is flowing like this, then I can come to a 4-hour. And once again, guys, because all the high time frames are telling us to go in one particular direction, once I go on a 4-hour or a 1-hour time frame, my strategy, I will only be looking for what sell opportunity.